wait a minute. Okay, I'm thinking with that introduction, Elvis must be behind that curtain. Or at least I'm hoping he's behind that curtain. Did they get a permit to build this wall? I don't know. Because because if this is a typical government job, everything's built by the low bidder, these guys could be pulling this wall over here with those little clothesline ropes or whatever. Okay, are we ready? Are we about ready? Are we somewhat ready?
Let's have a countdown.
Wait, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, ready? Let's count down. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Keep pulling. Yes, here we go. Applause, applause, applause. Applause, applause. Massive applause. Come on, applause. Applause. Come on. Applause. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, no. Oh, man. I'm about to wet myself. Oh, man. The anticipation. Okay. A little bit more. There it is. Is that beautiful or what? Yeah, big applause. Okay, we I want to thank all of the rope pullers. Commissioner Shelley Vanna, please take a bow. Michael Bornstein, our esteemed city manager. Commissioner John Zerdy, you know he's a good guy. He's wearing a white hat. Okay, we've got to get some pictures here, and then we'll have some speeches. Shelley, you want to be first? Oh, wait, we got to have somebody. Somebody is going to put the last 2 tiles in place. Or the last tile, I'm sorry, the last tile. I thought it was 2, but okay. Right next to the line. Okay, they're backstage right now, mixing up the gum pucky. Okay.
Somebody misspelled right.
Oh, yeah, well, it won't be the first time. Okay, we're mixing up the last little bit.
Listen, Kathy and Mike Privet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come over tomorrow and take a look at it, see how many guys we need.
Set it on the back of my truck.
This looks like utility workers. You got 2 guys working and 40 of us standing around watching.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I'll get a good judgment.
Okay.
And, yeah, we'll definitely.
Okay, oh good.
Definitely.
Because I have got to get that patio finished. Rick is on me about it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get it. Yeah, I want to do it.
Okay, there's one. Okay, we got to put a little of this chewing bubble gum on the wall.
Moving beer back and forth? Or do you want 4 beer? I need 4 from 10 to 1 on Sunday. All right, come over and see me before you leave. It's not 4.
Okay, here we go. The ceremonial last tile going up on the wall. More thunderous applause, yes. What a great job.
Thank you so much. I am just delighted to be here, and I'm going to be very brief because, you know, when a politician says that, we'll be here for hours, right? But I will be brief. This is just a wonderful example of what Lake Worth is all about. And I am delighted to be some small part of this wonderful community. And as a science teacher and a mom and a grandma, I love the idea of community gardens and, you know, keeping something for the future. And so congratulations to all of you. The Scottish Rite, where's our folks? He was just here. I know, but Mike, where are you? There you are. Thank you, thank you. This is wonderful, and I'm going to turn it over to whoever I need to. Greg? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shelley. Let's have a big hand. Senator, is Jeff still here? Senator Jeff Clemens is also here somewhere. I know I saw him earlier. Oh, here he is. Hell. You're a little overdressed for gardening, aren't you? Yeah. And so, anyhow, a guy wearing a black suit needs to stand in the shade. So, please welcome State Senator Jeff Clemens.
Thank you, Greg. And Commissioner, thank you for being here. I apologize for the wear. I had 2 breakfasts that I had to be at this morning. So, this is a fantastic event. It's always great to see so many amazing people out here who have done so many great things for Lake Worth. Anytime that we can get together and talk about how we're going to beautify our community, how we're going to grow things for our community, it's a great thing. And I just want to thank all the people who put this together because they are the real heroes here. So if you find somebody who had something to do with putting this together, with putting the garden together, please give them a hug for me and thank them for me. And just want to tell you how much we really appreciate all the hard work. It's going to be a fantastic garden for everybody. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Jeff. Our mayor could not make it today. She's under the weather in this gorgeous weather. I mean, so it's terrible that she's not able to be here. But we do have, are you still here, John? Oh, my right. Oh, John Zerdy, our Commissioner John Zerdy. Want him to say a few words on behalf of the city and the mayor, so please welcome John Zerdy.
Thank you. I had a breakfast this morning myself, but I had to make it myself. Well, no, not a suit today. But I'm very proud of the city, 100 years, and this is all part of it. I think what you see here is a tremendous collaboration, really, what that wall means, right? That wall means that everybody has decided to come together instead of fight. Instead of create diversity here between us that we rejoice in rather than have trouble with. And so I'm really honored to be here. I'm sorry that Pam is under the weather today, but she really wanted to be here as well. And I think Commissioner Maxwell is still stuck in D.C. So thank you all for coming out today, and what a great accomplishment here. You know that the whole city is about it. There's a lot to learn from the gardens here, so enjoy. And thanks again. Thank you, Greg.
Now, once upon a time, Jill Carlin gave birth to the idea of painting a mural wall for the Great Mockingbird Community Garden. Her concept was to recreate the Garden of Eden, a theme, and then the Tree of Life as its focal point. As the mural evolved, the depictions that included all of the Florida's flora and fauna. The project moved along very slow at the beginning, and soon it started to take on a life of its own. Jill needed help. She put out the word, and as only women and their call to arms can achieve, local artists and volunteers answered that call. Most of the artists never met before. Over the months that followed that call to arms, more than 35 people contributed to the making of this mural. Some only to paint leaves, others to do the tremendous job of glazing the 960 tiles we see before us. Jill had an open door policy of creativity for everyone, and she invited them in to bring their personalities and their artistic flair to work on this mural. One woman in particular had never done anything remotely artistic, and she was a writer, and she said, I can't do art. So somebody asked her, well, can you make commas? And she said, well, of course, I'm a writer. I can make commas. And so she became the comma queen, I guess. She left her marks on the trees, and hence her trademark comma leaves were born.
Thank you, Jeannie Feensberg.
Jeannie is here somewhere. Yes, you can. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna have somebody else that's gonna kind of take the torch and tell the rest of the story.
Hello. My name is Jill Carlin Butler, and about a year and a half ago, Brian showed me a picture of an airponic system. And in between the airponic system was a blank space. And I said, why don't I do a tile mural for that blank space? And Brian said, sure, great idea. So I got Dell Tiles to contribute 1,000 tiles to the project. January last year, we picked up 1,000 tiles. I set them up in the dining room at Scottish Rites Masonic Lodge because Mike, the director, and I'm sorry if I don't know the correct name, the grand director? Just Mike, allowed me to do that. I was going to set them up in my dining room on the floor and do the whole thing right on my floor, as I always do. And so I set them up at the Scottish Rites Masonic Lodge on tables, and I started numbering them. And I have a full-time job. So as I started painting the tiles, I started with the left side of the mural there, which says the benefits of a community garden, which you all might read because it's quite important. I realized that I wouldn't have time to complete this mural by May of last year, because that was the day of the centennial celebration here at the garden. So I said to Brian, I'm really sorry, but I'm sorry to disappoint you. I will not be able to do this 1,000 tile mural by myself by May. And he said, yes, you will. And I just was like shocked. And so he said, why don't we get more people involved? So I went to the Lake Worth Art League, and I asked the Lake Worth Art League if they could send out a mailing and ask people to become involved in the tile painting process. A couple of people showed up at the garden. Many were naysayers. This morning when I woke up, I pick an angel card every day. And intermixed in my angel card, there was one little piece of paper, and I picked it up, and it said, from Matthew, with God, all things are possible. So all the naysayers can continue to say nay, but this was truly with God's intervention.
It was.
Then I picked up another card, the real angel cards, and it said beauty. And that's my whole mission in life, is to create beauty, and to create gardens, and to create art. But I have another mission, and that mission is to create artists. And while I worked on this mural, various people came to the fore, and I said to them, like Jeannie, the comma story, who's a writer, and Jeannie said, I can't paint. And I said, Jeannie, you're a writer. You can make a comma. I will show you how to make a leaf. And that is how this whole thing started. People who could not paint could paint a leaf. Even Greg, who cannot paint, can now paint. He painted a leaf and he painted a bug. The mayor painted a leaf. So many artists were born, and this fulfills one of my missions, which is to not just teach art, but to create artists. So people who have otherwise been disempowered, perhaps, and who are at home alone can come out and work in my garage at any time, and there's a project going on where there's a mural being painted or something exciting going on that they can put their hands to, and I can help to create artists. So the garden also is creating artists who are making beautiful gardens. So that's another part of our mission that's being accomplished with this mural. This mural has also brought together so many people from the community, like the commissioner was saying, people who otherwise might have different political views. All of that was dropped. There was no political thing going on at the painting sessions. People just came. There's another part of the community that came together. Those were the people who didn't paint. Those were the people like Paul and Mike, who every day brought us food. They prepared sumptuous, beautiful, incredible meals and created food for all of the people who were working on this mural. There were also people like Terry Brockovich, who worked on, with Rhonda Hewitt, who's in England right now, who worked on numbering. Now, as Terry said to me yesterday, as the last tile before the last tile went up, he said, "You know what, Jill, you know what I'm happy about today?" I said, "No, what?" He goes, "That I don't have to move another box of tiles." Those tiles have been moved from the Scottish Rites Masonic Lodge to my garage, to the Scottish Rites Masonic Lodge, to my garage, back and forth, probably 10 times. Every time there's a gun show here, we have to take down all the tables, put everything apart. That's a pretty big project to move 10 times. So that's been going on as well. There have been people like John Faust who came and have been filming this and putting this on their websites. People like Mark Easton who have been publicizing this in the Lake Worth Herald so all people in the community know that it exists and they can be proud to be a part of it. That's what this whole thing is about. Buttons Brockovich, who tirelessly has organized this whole thing, aside totally organizing and totally putting her, she was one of those other people who didn't think she could paint. Buttons started out day 1 with 1 leaf. Day 2, 2 leaves. Day 3, 20 leaves. Day 4, she's done so many parts of this mural. Mary Jane, Ursula, all of these people have contributed so much. Ann Mutart, all of these people have been giving every day of themselves. Not, as I said in the beginning when the naysayers were there, they said, "Who's going to pay for this?" I said, "It's not about money. This is not about money. This is about people power. When there is the will of the people, anything can get done." There was so much goodwill involved in this project to make this thing happen. Brian Kirsch, the director of the garden, has kept a smile on his face every moment of the day. Brian! The director of the garden has not only kept a smile on his face every day, he's kept everybody else smiling, especially when he takes his shirt off and makes jokes, and, you know, gets everybody laughing. But Brian never has let one naysayer affect him.